Well, here we go again, a crazy adventure with Mike and Terry. This will not be just any adventure. With their two dogs, Hailey and Rainey, who love the outdoors as much as they're humans. This is the story about one of their adventures, a skiff trip down the famed Inside Passage. 340 miles each way from Haines to Thorn Bay and back, on an 18-foot skiff. I'm not sure if this sounds like a good idea. Now, I've seen my fair share of boat trips, but navigating the Inside Passage, that's a whole other level of travel. Wild weather, unpredictable tides, and enough wildlife to make your head spin. But Mike and Terry, they were prepared. A lot of planning, packing, and prepping their trusty skiff. They were ready to face the adventure head on. Hailey and Rainey, well, those four-legged adventurers were just happy to be along for the ride. They're seasoned outdoor dogs, used to long hikes and boat rides. But this was going to be the adventure like no other for all of them. First leg of the journey, a 700-mile drive from their home in Palmer to the small town of Haines, nestled at the north end of the passage. 700 miles. That's a haul through some of the most rugged and breathtaking landscapes you can imagine. Now imagine doing that with all your camping gear, a skiff hitched to your truck, and two excited dogs raring to go. It's an adventure in itself. The closer they got to Haines, the more the excitement grew. They could smell the salt air, a hint of the ocean's presence, feeling the sun on their faces, and a refreshing glimpse of the sea, but the wind and choppy seas did not allow for a departure yet. Haines offers a glimpse of the past with its historic buildings. A charming town nestled amidst towering mountains and the glistening waters of the Lynn Canal, it was a sight to behold. But there was a catch. The weather had other plans, as it often does in this unpredictable region. The Inside Passage, as beautiful as it is notorious for its unpredictable conditions, making travel plans a bit of a gamble.
Hammer time! Time to get
Let's go get hammered.
They hiked the scenic trails, the air crisp and invigorating, filling their lungs with freshness. They visited their local friends for a barbecue and a few beers, making memories that would last a lifetime. And then, finally, the day arrived. The anticipation had been building, and now the moment was here. The boat cruising across the water, a sense of exhilaration washed over them. The adventure had truly begun. The skiff sliced through the water, and the shoreline provided an amazing view of nature at its best. They were leaving the familiar behind. They were off on their own in the vast embrace of the Inside Passage. The vastness of the adventure lay ahead. The first stop was Juneau, where they fueled up and Mike tried to trade in the boat for a little bigger red model. Nope. Then it was on to Frederick Sound, where the whales were spouting on every horizon and up close. On into Petersburg for fuel and more miles yet to cover. The couple traveled into the early evening and found a quiet bay to camp for the night with about 40 miles to go. A 5 a.m. sunrise and a short run into Thorn Bay to meet up with Patrick for an escort into the beautiful harbor. After the southbound journey through the Inside Passage, our adventurers found themselves at the homestead of Terry's sister Cheryl and her husband Patrick. Nestled on the picturesque Prince of Wales Island, the homestead was a sanctuary of warmth and hospitality. The couple welcomed them with open arms, eager to share the bounty of their island life. Another great treat was meeting up with Rod Morrison, a friend from Valdez who is now in Thorn Bay as superintendent of schools. He is an amazing guy doing an amazing job for kids. For 4 days, they immersed themselves in the rhythms of homestead living. They explored the lush surroundings, marveling at the self-sufficiency and ingenuity that Cheryl and Patrick had cultivated. The homestead was a testament to sustainable living in a cozy cabin that exuded rustic charm. The days passed in a flurry of projects, exploration, and camaraderie, the island's beauty and the homestead's warmth leaving an indelible mark on their hearts. As they prepared to depart, they carried with them not just memories, but a renewed appreciation for the simple yet profound joys of island life. The adventure continued, but the homestead of Cheryl and Patrick would always be a cherished chapter of this journey. The return trip was an adventure in itself. As we set sail from the tranquil homestead of Cheryl and Patrick, little did we know that nature had one final test in store for us. Just within 45 miles of Haines, two storms converged in a dramatic clash of elements, unleashing gale-force winds and torrential rain. Our boat was tossed a little too much in the angry waters, making it unsafe to proceed. Forced to seek refuge, we found a protected cove and took shelter under the boat's bimini and tarp.
Southeast winds 18 knots, gusting 26.
For 4 nights, the storm raged on. Each gust of wind and downpour of rain a reminder of nature's raw power. Yet amidst the chaos, there was a sense of resilience and closeness. We huddled together, sharing stories and laughter, finding warmth in our shared experience. The storm tested our resolve, but it also strengthened our bond. Finally, on the 4th day, the weather broke just enough to allow us to make the final 45 miles into Haines. As we sailed into the harbor, a sense of triumph washed over us, marking a safe end to our boat trip. The journey was not just about the destinations, but the challenges we overcame together. Our adventure had come full circle, leaving us with stories to tell and memories to cherish. The storm may have been fierce, but our spirit was fiercer.